After all the things.
Amazing.
What's your favorite?
Well, I notice a huge difference when I get adjusted.
Oh, of course.
Like I'm like, gosh, I should have gotten adjusted earlier. I would be so cranky and, you know.
Yeah, that was our routine pretty much every day. Megan is married to a chiropractor, so she can get adjusted all the time. But there's nothing more impactful to the health of your brain and your cells than getting a chiropractic adjustment. We won't go through the science of it, but it's so incredibly powerful.
It's life-changing.
Mm-hmm. And then the traction that opens up the disc spaces, relaxes our spinal cord, which in turn relaxes the brain and helps the brain. The red light.
So good.
It's amazing. We just recently purchased that, but red light, the frequency of red light, do you know what the mitochondria is?
No.
Yeah, mitochondria is the engine of our cells. Red light, the frequency of the red light helps the mitochondria produce more energy. And when the mitochondria of the cells produce more energy, the organs are healthier, the cells are healthier, every part of our body becomes stronger and more resilient. So red light is very, very important.
I'm going back and doing it after this video.
And then the sauna, infrared sauna, this is cool. The study just was recently released. They followed men for 20 years. Men who used an infrared sauna 4 to 5 days a week decreased all-cause mortality by 40%.
That's insane.
It's like a major decrease in death.
I'm not going to get mad at you anymore when you go in the sauna.
Some days I'm like sitting in the sauna, she goes, "You're in the sauna again?"
Because you do all the things and it's hours and hours and...
It's important.
It's very important. Now I won't get mad.
Yeah, so if you don't have all these things, all these different therapies at your home, but there are also many things you can do to impact the health of your brain. We're going to talk about the oils and go through the oil protocol for autoimmune conditions and also any type of brain condition that you're suffering from or concerned about. But there's other things that you can do that are very impactful.
Well, your lifestyle in general impacts the health of your brain. So what you eat and what you drink, the way you exercise, how much you exercise, how much sleep you're getting, the way you socialize, and even how you manage stress can make a huge impact. So eating and drinking, like for Jeff and I, we are so conscious of what we put in our mouth, especially when it comes to the fluids that we drink throughout the day, because that's mostly what we're doing.
And there's nothing that we can put into our body that has a greater impact on the health of our cells than like the fluids that we drink.
Right.
Because the fluids that we drink are either going to massively help increase the health of our body or absolutely destroy it.
Right. So filtered water, absolute must. Filtered water all day long. We are very intentional with the coffee that we drink. It's a mushroom-based coffee. And also the wine. I mean, let's be honest. We make sure that we drink really, really good wine and we know the source where it's coming from because it is so important.
Yeah, it's no different than essential oils, knowing the source of where your oils come from. We do that with our water. We do that with our wine. We do that with our coffee. So we're very intentional on the source of what we put into our body.
Right. Well, you are what you eat. You are what you drink. So it's a big impact. Now, exercise. I'm really passionate about exercise. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
You're a yoga instructor.
Right. But I absolutely love it. And my day consists of exercising. You know, I go to the studio in the morning and I take a barre class. About 3 days a week, I'm in the studio teaching a yoga class. I come home and do a HIIT workout, have my weight.
Which is?
It's weights. It's a little bit of cardio burst. You're doing bicep curls and you jump down, do some push-ups.
So it's like a high-intensity short workout.
Yeah, it's high intensity. Only about like 20 minutes though. Just that, really quick. And then I absolutely love the Peloton. Now for me, riding the Peloton twice a week for 20 minutes is all I need. I get that sweat on. I know that the blood's pumping through my body directly into my brain, releasing those certain chemicals that massively impact the health of our brain.
A lot of people consider like going for a walk exercise, but in order to increase the delivery of oxygen to the brain, we have to increase our heart rate. So we have to do at least semi-intense types of exercise to increase the heart rate so we're breathing in more oxygen, so our cells are delivering more oxygen to these critical areas of our brain and our organs. And that's when you're going to get the benefit of exercise, not just necessarily going on a short walk where your heart rate doesn't increase. Not that that's bad, but it's not what we're talking about.
Right. And everyone's on different levels. So you know your body, you listen to your body. That is the most important thing.
So let's get into the oils.
Yes.
the brain oils. And why this is important is because, you know, there's like 300 million people in the US, 50 million Americans, I have to read this, according to the American Autoimmune Related Diseases Association. I was never going to remember that. Seriously. There's over 50 million Americans right now that suffer from autoimmune conditions. And according to Western medicine, autoimmune conditions are not reversible. They cannot be healed. You just take medications, you manage the disease, and that's not a really great solution. And a lot of these autoimmune conditions can be reversed, but we just have to get out of Western medicine and start doing the proper testing, doing the proper things. And this oil protocol is really simple. That's going to massively influence the health of our brain and really help us to start feeling better immediately. So the first oil is copaiba. The reason we have copaiba as the first oil in this protocol is out of all the studies, there's been 42 studies published between 2014 and 2017. 84% of these studies reveal the ability to support a healthy inflammatory response of copaiba. 50% of these studies reveal its ability to remodel tissue in a healthy way. And then lastly, 100% of the studies reveal the ability of copaiba to positively influence cellular activity of our body. So copaiba is massively important.
It's so good. It is one of the oils every single day. Now, I ingest it 3 drops in a veggie cap every day, no matter what. But I also apply it topically, and I put on the back of my neck the 3 drops. It is just, you feel this instant relief. Any kind of tightness, tension, soreness that is going on, copaiba drives it right out.
Copaiba is so good.
It's so good.
The next oil is frankincense, which we love frankincense. Yes. Again, another daily use oil for us because of the molecule alpha-pinene. So there have been over 600 studies that have been published on frankincense, and most of these studies show that frankincense has the ability for healthy inflammatory response, massive impact on cellular and brain health, and also the ability to remodel tissue. A lot of times in autoimmune conditions, the cells, the DNA starts to become damaged. And so when cells replicate, they replicate in an unhealthy manner. So when we use oils like frankincense, copaiba, that have an ability to positively impact the remodeling of tissue, then we know when we're using these oils, our body becomes healthier and healthier and healthier as time goes on, which is why it's so important to be consistent with the use of your oils. You can't just use them like once in a while.
Right.
You have to
especially frankincense.
Yeah, well, all of these for brain health, right. You have to be consistent with the use in order to get the long-term result.
Now, frankincense is so good too. Okay, let's talk about just the connection to yourself, the mental health that you have going on. When you use frankincense, you have a connection with yourself. It happens.
It's a
loving connection with yourself. And a spiritual connection to God as well, which is so important when it comes to the health of our brain, the mental side of it though. Yeah. So frankincense is just so good that it's in this protocol.
And this other oil in here for the mental side is myrrh, which Megan will mention. Well, Megan will mention the mental aspect of this, but the primary molecule of why we have myrrh in this protocol is called furanodesma 1,3-diene. And this study,
sorry,
you remember that? Yeah, and this molecule has been shown to be very neuroprotective. So protective of the neurology of our brain, of our nervous system, and the cells of those organs. Myrrh is one of the most powerful, most protective for that.
After teaching a yoga class, it's a very intimate setting, and I have a lot of my students that confide in me, and there's a lot of trust that's built in that relationship. And I have them come up to me and asking me questions about autoimmune conditions and what certain essential oils that they can use. And I absolutely love recommending myrrh because what I've noticed is there's emotional instability sometimes. They go on waves of one day they're good and the next day they're kind of sad and they're off. So having a stable, grounding, emotional oil like myrrh is super powerful when it comes to autoimmune.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's in the protocol, because of both the neuroprotective aspect, but also the emotional balancing that myrrh brings.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people don't use myrrh enough. So if you've never experienced or haven't used myrrh, then absolutely get it.
Every day for me.
You'll love this oil. And then the last oil in the protocol is turmeric. And turmeric, very simply, because a study was released showing that in the presence of both damaged and healthy neurons or brain cells. In the presence of tumerones, which tumerones are the primary molecule in turmeric, these brain cells, whether they were damaged or healthy, became stronger, more resilient, and communicated with each other in a much more healthy way when
so cool.
these brain cells and these neurons were exposed to tumerones. So the basic protocol is really simple. These should be daily use oils for most of us: frankincense, copaiba, turmeric, and also myrrh. So the way that we recommend using these, you can put them all in a veggie cap, take it 3 times a day. If you do suffer from an autoimmune condition, then you want to do this 3 times a day because, again,
How many drops of each oil?
3 drops of each oil.
Right.
Yeah, and the effects of oils last 4 hours. So when you're using a protocol to support a condition, then you want to consistently be using it 3 to 4 times a day. And I just like to use these oils. I just like to drop them directly in my mouth.
I keep getting whiffs of turmeric.
Yeah, it's because I just did it.
So good.
So good. All right, you guys, if you have any questions at all, please let us
I have a question.
What?
It's going to get asked.
Okay.
Okay, if I don't want to ingest these oils, can I use them topically?
Yes, you can.
Is it going to do the same?
Internal use is more effective because the molecules go directly to our brain when we put them in our mouth or swallow them. But if you don't like the taste or for some reason you don't want to ingest oils, then make a roller bottle. Make a roller bottle with these 4 oils plus 1 part coconut oil.
Equal parts?
Equal parts. 32 drops of each oil, 32 drops of fractionated coconut oil.
Where should I apply it?
On the bottom of your feet or on the back of your neck or anywhere, because no matter where you put the oil, it absorbs in your bloodstream. The molecules are delivered within 5 minutes. The molecules are systemic.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Just one more, actually. If I'm doing this just because I want to think clearer or just give my brain an extra boost, how long should I be doing this protocol?
Once a day for however long you want to think clearly.
That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of these oils like copaiba, turmeric, these are
Everyday oils.
everyday oils.
Yep.
Frankincense, everyday oil. Myrrh should be an everyday oil for a lot of us. So if you're already using these oils, you're already getting the benefit that we talked about, but you might be using them for a different
Right.
reason. So it's all good. There's overlap when you're using essential oils. That's the beauty of plant-based medicine.
One more question. Are they safe for kids?
Yes.
Okay.
They're safe for kids.
There you go. They're
Any
safe
other
for
questions?
Kids. Nope, I'm good.
All right, we love you guys. That's it. If you have any other questions, not her, but if anybody else has questions, comment below. Share this video. Please share this video if you found value in it. We love you guys, and
We'll see you next time.
soon again.
Yeah,
Very
we're
soon.
doing good. 2 days in a row.
Yeah, sweet. All right, guys. Bye.